Hey Storm Nation, I'm Steve Kloempken, Vice President of Product Development, and we're going to take a closer look at the new Journey. We're going to get into some of the finer details of the core, the cover stock, as well as the expected type of a ball motion or shape that you're going to see out of this new collaboration with Jason Belmonte. So let's start out by taking a look at the inside of the new Journey. This is the Fate core, and when we're looking at a core design, there's two different features we're looking at, which is going to be the RG and the differential. This is the length potential and the hook potential of this particular core shape. With the Fate core, we're looking at an RG of 2.52, which is in that medium range, meaning that it's not going to go real far down the lane, and on the converse, it's not going to be designed to rev up too soon. It's a really nice kind of a medium type of a balance, but it has a high flare potential. So you're going to see the spacing of the oil rings on the surface of the ball be very wide. And with a differential of 0.052, 0.053, depending on what weight you use, you're going to see a lot of motion out of the new Journey as it travels down the lane. Now, if you're a fan of Storm and a fan of bowling, you've heard of the Phase 2. This has been a staple ball in our line for over 7 years now. And the cover stock on the Phase 2 was very unique. It was the TX-16. Why that? TX was for traction, but 16 was for 2016 when it came out. This is a proven cover stock. And on the PBA National Tour, you actually saw in several tournaments, Jason Belmonte would be throwing a Phase 2, but he would be throwing it with a shinier, a polished finish, because he's trying to get that ball to travel down the lane a little bit easier and a little bit cleaner. So for the new Journey, you're going to see the TX-16 Pearl cover stock, which, as we know, when we make a ball pearl, it's going to get through the front part of the lane a little bit easier, a little bit cleaner, and create more shape off the break point, give you a little bit more entry angle and more hook down lane. Now, being I'm more of a stroker into that kind of light tweener area, a lot of times I like to play a little bit more direct. You can't always play real closed angles, even if you're more of a stroker style like myself. Sometimes there's just a little bit too much friction either in the heads or there's too much hook down lane, and it forces you to get your angles a little bit more open. Now, if I were to do this with a ball that didn't have such a strong cover stock and didn't have the right dynamics in the weight block, I wouldn't be able to get this ball back to the pocket. And if it did get back to the pocket, it may struggle to carry. But you can see there was absolutely no issue with pin carry, and I really liked how my Journey was going through the pins. And a little closer look into the whys of seeing this shape off the break point, this stronger motion down lane, can be attributed really to two things. First is the cover stock. It's going to dictate how much friction we see throughout the front part of the lane where there's more oil, as well as through the mid lane or the end of the oil pattern where there's a little bit more of a light buff, then also throughout the back ends where there isn't any oil. So having that TX-16 cover stock with the Reacta gloss finish is giving us some of that shape, but that's not the only thing. It's also the combination of what we're seeing with that Fate core. Due to the fact that it doesn't have as low an RG, it maintains a little bit more axis rotation as it goes down the lane. So when we get down to that break point into the back end, that ball now has the ability to maintain a little bit more axis rotation, creates a little bit more side roll. It hasn't lost its axis rotation as soon because it's not a real low RG core design. So the dynamics, specifically the RG of that Fate core, combined with the TX-16 Pearl cover stock, is doing that for us. All right, Storm Nation, well, there you have it. That was a closer look at the new Journey. It's our collaboration with Jason Belmonte, and it features the Fate core and the TX-16 Pearl cover stock. Make sure you stop by your local Storm VIP Pro Shop and pick one up today.
The other thing that I absolutely love with Journey is that it is overall a stronger bowling ball, much stronger than most of the other collaborations that I have done with Storm. And so to see me be this far left, get it this far right on a pattern that's this chopped up and still see it retain its energy, I'm going to really enjoy throwing it when there's a fresh oil pattern out there where I don't have to worry about the early hook. So I'm very impressed. I mean, we're rolling over the 8-pin, throwing it at the left gutter to the right gutter. So I'm impressed with what I'm seeing.